So Nintendo announced a new batch of Pokemon updates, and oh boy, is there a lot of them. A lot of them that suck, and like, oh god, Pokemon Sleep? What the fuck is this? Now in Nintendo's newest announcement video that they put out a few days ago, they announced new updates for existing Pokemon games like Scarlet and Violet or Pokemon Unite, and they announced new games like the legendary Pokemon Legends ZA, well it's not that legendary because it sucks, and Pokemon Champions. All I can say is that in this whole announcement video, apart from maybe one or two things, all of it sucked and was a complete disappointment. You know, I made a video a while ago about my discontent with Nintendo's newest games and their future games, specifically Legends ZA, which in my opinion is gonna be a forgettable game.
Man, shut the fuck.
I was giving the benefit of the doubt just a month or two ago, but now that I see this trailer, I just lost all remaining hope. Now I'm gonna break down exactly this whole shitstorm, because every single one of these things has some shit. So stick around as I break the shit out of Nintendo's newest announcement video. But we start the Pokemon announcement video with my favorite employee of Nintendo, Chris Brown, announcing the Pokemon Championship of this year. To be completely honest, I don't really care about it. I mean, it's just a bunch of people that are really good at Pokemon trading card game. Absolute sweats going to public tournaments and sweating their ass off to beat the other sweat to win a championship that not even Ash could win in the anime. So I don't really care, to be honest. Then they announced a Pokemon stop motion series made by Netflix, which I have no critique about this. I mean, it's stop motion. I know that there's a lot of dedicated time to making this. So overall, I think this is actually pretty good. I probably won't watch it, but I commend the effort, okay? Also, this series, according to the trailer, promotes a lot going outside and taking care of things, and oh yeah, having a job. God, I love Nintendo now. Also, this series is gonna hit hard with the kids, throwing in inspirational quotes like, "As long as you never give up, you can overcome any obstacle, and our friends always remind us that we're never alone." Then they announced another series called The Misadventures of Sir Fetched and Pichu, clearly going towards kids. I can't really criticize this, I don't really care, I'm not gonna see it. So they announced a park. A Poke Park. A real one, by the way, in Japan. Now, I don't know how exactly this is gonna work, but it seems to be like any sort of amusement park, any sort of park. Except there's gonna be a section called the Poke Park, which is gonna be essentially kind of like a zoo. But of what I think it's gonna be is just a bunch of figures, let's say Pikachu, just in the middle of a bunch of fucking trees. Except unlike zoo animals that move around and, you know, are alive, Pokemons are just statues stuck in a forest. So I don't know how entertaining this could be. Then they announced a Pokemon Go update. Now, I don't really care about Pokemon Go, however, the bottom part, as there's this guy skydiving down, and the bottom part there says, "This stunt was performed by trained professionals. Please do not try this at home." Now, I don't think there's a single dumbass that said, "I'ma go skydive" while recording and playing Pokemon Go, right? Oh, there is a dumbass like that. And I thought I was stupid, goddamn Nintendo. I tried to play Pokemon Go while skydiving under my canopy. I actually wanted to open and catch a Pokemon under parachute, but I was unable to initiate any of the Pokemons around me. Pokemon fans are too dedicated, okay? Someone actually tried that. Then we have Pokemon Masters X, which is basically a Super Smash Bros. But Pokemon version. I don't really give a fuck about this one, so we're skipping to the next one. And oh boy, the next one, I hate Nintendo for this, okay? The trailer started off very promising. I actually thought that this was a announcement of a new game. And then we get this. What the frick is this? Papa's Freezeria looking ass, Chibi Pokemon looking ass. Like, what is this? A disappointment, that's what it is. Like, look at Jigglypuff. What did they do? Pokemon Cafe Remix. Just the misleading nature of this trailer infuriated me and made me hate Nintendo even more. Thank you. And just when I thought things couldn't get worse, I got introduced to Pokémon Sleep. Now this is the first time I hear about this game, and of what I've heard, this game has been around for quite a bit of time, but it's the first time that I hear about it. Pokémon Sleep is a mobile game of Pokémon, which as the title says, is Pokémon sleeping. I thought that's what it was a dumb kids game. But no, there's something more to it. Pokémon Sleep apparently uses your phone's accelerator meter to detect your movements while you sleep. You need to place your phone on your bed or pillow to allow it to accurately track your sleep. So you're meaning to tell me that Nintendo will record me sleeping just so my Pokemon can also sleep and gain levels? It's strange, but thankfully my Pikachu evolved out of an Pichu by sleeping 50 hours with it. God damn, man. Then they talk about Pokemon Unite. I don't really care about that again. I think it's fine. I don't care. It looks boring. I'm sorry of any Unite fans that I've offended with that comment, but it's true. I don't care, and it looks boring. Then they announced a brand new Pokemon mobile game called Pokemon Friends, which is a puzzle-based game, and it's just a quick cash grab for Nintendo. I mean, it's just doing the old puzzle games back in the day in mobile, but just making it and transforming it into Pokemon. It's just a cash grab. Also, the title is very misleading. There is no friends in Pokemon whatsoever. Pikachu over there, he ain't your friend, dude. That's just a digital puppet of Nintendo, just like in real life. Then they announced Pokemon Champions, which seems to be just where just a bunch of sweaty people can beat themselves up with their best Pokemons, okay, with the best stats, best everything. I mean, it's fun, it looks competitive. You can play around with your best Pokemons or with your worst Pokemons. But the next one is just disappointing. And that is Pokemon Legends ZA. Possibly one of the most overrated Pokemon games to date, and the thing hasn't even come out yet. I mean, Pokemon Legends ZA is supposed to be the thing that leads Nintendo onto the next generation after Scarlet and Violet. And you know, Nintendo does this every time. Back in the day when X and Y came out, they then put out, I think a couple years later, Pokemon Alpha Sapphire and Ruby. And then 2 years later, in 2016, they put out Pokemon Sun and Moon, and vice versa. They've been doing this since I don't know how many years. And something that is pretty common when it comes to these things is that the middle game is always a disappointment in some way, shape, or form. But Legend ZA just makes it more bland and more boring than the other middle ground Pokemon games. So let me explain myself. Pokemon Legend ZA is gonna take place in Lumio's city, which is basically Pokemon X and Y's old city with the giant, you know, Eiffel Tower type of Pokemon monument. And there's gonna be a rank system in here in which at the beginning of the game you're gonna be rank Z, which is the worst rank you can ever get. But the best rank is A, so you start from Z to A. Henceforth the name, roll credits. And in order to go up the ranks, you need to beat other trainers, and slowly you go up the ranks until you reach the top. Once you reach the top, it says you are promised a wish granted upon reaching the top rank. This seems oddly familiar, dude. Where have I heard this from? And then at night, they're gonna have this type of battle royale system in which random players will meet each other and just fight randomly, basically just to go up the ranks. And that's, I guess, the only thing kind of fun at the game. Oh yeah, and you can sometimes find random mega evolved Pokemon in the wild. So basically, in conclusion, just by seeing the trailers, just by hearing how the whole Pokemon Legends ZA mechanism works, I can tell it's probably gonna be shit. It's gonna be disappointing. It's gonna be more disappointing than the previous Pokemon games. And it's not just the story that's gonna be dull, but it seems like the graphics of it is still gonna be really bad. Like, people often get confused and say, oh, it's really bad, what do you mean? It's not Game Boy graphic level, it's not pixelated. Yeah, but the whole point of a game is for the next game that succeeds it to be way better than the previous one. Both in graphics, both in plot. It's not supposed to be the same copy but with different shitty story, like no. And I think ultimately that's where Nintendo often makes the mistake over and over and over again. My prediction is still solid, and it's that Pokemon Legends EA will probably suck really hard and it's gonna be just a big disappointment. Also, I have another type of grudge with it, which is they're introducing Team MZ. Excuse me, Nintendo. My name is Zero MZ and I started back in 2023, so I think I'm the first
Hey, shut the fuck up, nigga. Shut your bitch ass up.
But yeah, that's just in my opinion. I can be fully wrong. Of course, I'm gonna be wrong in many things. I'm not an expert. I don't play Pokemon games that often. So do give me your opinion in the comment section, whether it be critical or whether you think I'm right in some way, shape, or form. But enough about shitting on Nintendo, and I'll see you guys next time.